Hey, mathematicians, it's time to do a special math lesson to learn how to explain our thinking. Because if I ask you how many you see and you say three, and I say, how do you know? And you just say, because I know, that is not acceptable in kindergarten anymore. Today, you're going to learn how to use your mouth and your math tools to prove it, to explain your thinking, and teach everyone else. So let me share my screen and I will show you the video for today, and then I will show you a couple ways to do it to practice as well. So get your movie goggles on, math goggle time, show me five, and let's see what they have to tell us.
You see yellow birds. How can you find out how many birds there are?
So we see yellow birds, boys and girls. Stop and think. If I want to know how many birds there are, what do I have to do? Addison, did I hear you say count? I hear you yelling it too, Caden. I would agree. I would use my touch counting finger to touch each bird to count how many there are.
You can count them.
Yes.
How can counters help you explain?
Huh. Why in the world would they put a counter underneath each bird? Camden, I heard you say they put one chip or one math counter under each bird to show how many birds there are? That's probably right because we have been using chips to show how many as well. So we must be able to show it with a picture and show it with chips.
You can record three this way.
Oh, okay. 3 chips, 3 birds.
There are 3 birds and there are 3 counters.
Ooh.
Write the number.
Boys and girls, I like the way, if you look on those chips, they wrote the number 1 on the first chip under the first bird. Then they wrote 2 under the second bird on the second chip. Then they wrote 3 under the third bird on the third chip to help them keep track of the numbers. Now we need to know how many birds there are. We counted 3. So what number are we going to write, boys and girls? Let me hear you yell it. That's right. We're going to write a 3. Around the tree, around the tree. Around the tree, around the tree. He wrote a 3. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to show you how I would do it. Today, you have to tell how you figured it out. So if I have popsicle sticks here and I say, how many popsicle sticks do I have? I'm going to touch count them just like I said in the video. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I would say I have 5. And then, I'm going to say, how do you know? And you're going to have to tell me how you know. And you want to know how I know that's 5? I touch counted each object and the last number I said was 5. That's how I know there's 5. Then I might say, well, how do you know you wrote the right number? And you'll say, well, Miss Barge, you taught me that 5 goes down and around with a big fat belly, jump to the top and fly. That's the number 5. Or Miss Barge, look right here on the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5. And that matches my number 5. That's how I know there's 5 popsicle sticks and I wrote the right number. All right, let's try it again. How many balloons do I have? First I count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I have 4 balloons because I touch counted each one and the last number I said was, let me hear it. That's right, Harper. The last number I said was 4. How do I write a 4? Oh yeah, down and over, down some more. That's how I make the number 4. All right, let's do another one. Count that one, boys and girls. See if you know what number we should write. Now tell someone at your house, why did you know that we need to write that number? How did you know that? Explain your thinking. Listening. Can't hear? Make sure you tell somebody. Tell a stuffed animal. Whisper it to the computer. Oh, Kaylee, I hear you. I hear you, girl. You said you touch counted 1, 2, 3 dots. And the last number you said, Kaylee, was 3. So you were going to write the number 3 on your dry erase board. Around the tree, around the tree. That's how you write the number 3. Good work, boys and girls. Now this last one down here, you'll notice, boys and girls, there's a number, and I didn't show it. If I say, what number is that? And you say, I hear you yelling it at me. I hear you yelling it. You're yelling the number 2. And I say, how do you know that? And you can say, well, Miss Barch, around and back on the railroad track, 2, 2, 2. Or you can show me that number line and prove it to me right there. 1, 2. That's the number 2, Miss Barch. That's what you have there. I'm going to say, now you need to show it. Show me a set of 2. I'll say, okay, here's a set of 2. 1, 2. Then you're going to be asked, how do you know that that's 2? How do you know that matches that? And here's how you explain your thinking, boys and girls. You say, well, this was the number 2, so I knew I needed to count chips. So I counted 1 at a time. 1, 2. The last number I said was 2, so that's 2 chips. That's the number 2. That's how I explain my thinking in math today, boys and girls. Make sure you use your words and your tools to explain your thinking. You can't just say, because I know it. Off you go, mathematicians, get to work.